Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here on CTV Sports. My name's Cale Newman. This is game number 2 of our 2025 season here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Game number 2 of the Aspen Valley Cup 8 goal. We do have the two teams out here. We have Amaro wearing the white jerseys and Pony Express wearing the red. So Pony Express coming in on 7 goals today, so they will get 1 goal on handicap. We have Lily Hagemeyer at -1, Finn Segunda at 1, Justin Daniels at 2, and Pedro Gutierrez at 5. We've got Amaro coming in with Scott Savaro on 0 goals, Nick Manifold at 2, Chris Campson at 6, and Michael Armour at 0. All right, so we have the players up here ready to get underway. We've got Pedro Gutierrez coming in on 5 goals, Justin Daniels on 2 goals, Finn on 1, and Lily at -1, putting the Pony Express team to 7 goals. And then, of course, Amaro coming in, Scott Sobaro on 0, Michael Armour also on 0, Nick Manifold on 2 goals, and Chris Campson at 6. Putting them at 8 goals for their team, the Amaro squad wearing the white jerseys today, and Pony Express wearing the red. And again, our 2 mounted officials out there, Gaston and Dale. Thank you, boys. Doing 2 games back-to-back here. But they are true professionals, and they will get it done. They're going to keep the players in line out there. And we do have the courtesy change in play here in all of our levels of polo at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Something that we pride ourselves on. We've gotten a lot of great feedback on the courtesy change, so I'll be sure to inform you guys as to when that is going on. So, here we go. Looks like everyone's just about ready to go. And here we see umpires waiting for a clean and proper lineup. And away we go. It's going to be Campson, Chris, picking up the ball here, wearing the number 4 on his back today. Chris Campson passes this one up here. He's got Manifold there, wearing the number 3, Manifold. Now coming back in on the action. I believe that is Pedro Gutierrez. Bear with me, folks. I will get all of these players all dialed in here in just a moment as they just made their way out onto the field. Yes, this is... I believe that is Pedro Gutierrez here, wearing the black helmet here for Amaro. Doing a nice job here. Coming in. Pedro going to get that one and take it all the way down here. So, nicely done here by the Pony Express team. They did start with 1 goal on handicap, and getting this one here, that will bring them to 2 goals. So, nicely done there by Pedro Gutierrez. And as we go back to center field here, very early in this chucker here, not a lot of time has gone down, and we already have a goal on the board. So here we go. Campson fires one over here. Coming in here is going to be Nick Manifold. Nicely done. Is that... Ooh, bad luck. That was wide, so My apologies on that. That one did go wide. Manifold, though, wearing the number 3 on his back. Campson wearing the number 4. Scott with the 1 and Michael with the 2. And here we go. Back in action here. Disrupted there momentarily. Here comes Campson trying to get a hold of this ball. Goes to the sideboards, grabs a hold of it, gets a turn back, facing the right direction now. Keeping this one going. Let's see what's going to happen here. Keeping this one going here. He's got Finn Segunda keeping a close watch on him now. That ball gets left behind momentarily here. It's going to be Manifold. Scoots it back over here to Campson. Campson now takes a shot over here towards the goal. Trying to keep this one alive. It's going to be left there on the doorstep. Campson reaching back, using his long wingspan here. Not quite enough room to make it work. Scott Savaro trying to back it up out of danger. Here comes Finn Segunda now. Finn doing a fantastic job here, getting this one going. He's wearing the number 2 today. Finn. Here we see him in his signature. It's I guess it's a purple helmet. It's got some type of design on it, but it's always easy to spot him out there with that purple lid. Here we go. It's going to be left behind, picked off now by Manifold. Nick. Working his way down. Bad luck here. It's going to be Pedro Gutierrez now. Picking up the ball. Trying to get it turned back, facing the right direction now. Sends it across here. Lily goes to take a shot here. Kicked by the pony, though. So not able to get a hold of it with her mallet, but it was kicked by her pony. A little bit of some crossing going on here. Whistle's going to sound. And this is going to be, see here we see Lily go for the near side shot. Kicked by the pony, though, and unable to make contact with it. Now, a couple players coming through. Whistle does sound. Stopping the action here. Let's see what our mounted officials are deciding to do with this one. Looks like we are going to utilize this for a courtesy change here, the first courtesy change of the match. And I like to see it, keeping it short and sweet here. All of the players have been informed to keep it right around that sweet spot. I mentioned in our last broadcast, the sweet spot for the courtesy change is roughly 45 seconds. Obviously, it will depend on where the play is on the field when the whistle is sounded for that, but right around 45 seconds tends to be that sweet spot. And see, we already have players making their way back out onto the field. This is what we like to see. So this is going to go in favor of Pony Express. Just waiting on the rest of the players to make their way back out here. Get a good shot of the Pony Express squad, of most of the Pony Express squad, I should say. Here on the broadcast, we see Lily and Finn talking a little bit of strategy. Pedro getting the ball set up here. And we will get this one back underway as soon as everyone gets into position. 2-0 here. Pony Express, they did start with 1 on the board here, coming in on 7 goals in this 8-goal tournament. So they did start the match with 1. And of course, we got a goal there by Pedro Gutierrez early in the first chukker. Here we go. Pedro going to start his approach here, get in the circle. Pedro takes the shot, but it's going to go wide. Bad luck on that one, on that penalty for attempt. It's going to go wide to the left-hand side. And here we have Campson going to do the honors and take the knock-in. Campson, Chris, working his way down the field here. He's got a couple red jerseys to get around. Here he's going to miscue on that ball. It's going to get left behind and picked off now by Manifold. Left behind for Campson once again. Chris, Campson, keeping this one going downfield here. He's got some players in motion. No, he's going to elect to take it himself here. Campson, surrounded now by Pony Express players. Campson. Yeah, the whistle's going to sound here on that play. Stopping the action. So, Manifold doing the honors here, getting this ball teed up. And here we have, nicely done, right down the center, getting Amaro on the board here. Fantastic job there by Campson. Manifold there to tee it up, but Campson doing the honors. So, 2-1 now the score here with this penalty conversion there. 2:07 on the clock. Time is out. I believe we have attack time on the field. So just bear with us, folks. We'll get the player back out here. I believe it's attack timeout for Michael Armour. Whatever's the fastest, whether you fix or replace that piece of equipment or just the whole pony. If it's going to take a little too long to fix the piece of broken equipment, we'll just have you hop on a fresh mount. But regardless, we will have this match back underway as soon as we get all of our players back here to center field. Looks like everyone is back now. Here we go. Ready to get this one back underway. Ball's on the ground. Off and working now. Coming out of there with it is going to be Finn. Segunda. Finn. But the whistle's going to sound here quickly here. Out of that bowl in. 2:01 on the clock. Here we go. Sent down the field here, under 2 minutes left in chucker number 1. This is going to be Pedro picking up the ball. Pedro Gutierrez. Ooh, bad luck there. Having a little trouble with that bouncing ball, though. Got a little underneath the pony, kicked out of there. Justin in on the action as well. Here we go. Pedro back under control. Pedro still fighting with that bouncing ball here, but he's able to... He keeps getting it back under control and then losing the handle again. But here comes Finn Segunda now. Finn. Sends this one down. No one quite home to pick it up. It's going to be Campson now. Coming in. Nice drive down the field here. Up in front, looking for a teammate. No one quite home. It's going to be backed out of there by Finn Segunda. Finn, his pass over here, looking for one of his teammates. No one quite home. Here comes Manifold now for Amaro. Manifold. Nick. Manifold. Working his way down. Finn tried to trap that ball. Unable to do so. Here comes Campson. Now Finn coming back in on the action, stealing this ball back away for Pony Express. Manifold peels out here, gets a hold of the ball momentarily, but Finn puts on the afterburners and is working his way down. What a fast pony here by Finn, and now keeping this one going here. Manifold trying to get a hold of him. Look at that. Nice heads-up play there by Manifold. Just following behind, waiting for the mistake to be made. And here comes Scott Savaro getting his first touch of the match. Scott, beautiful pass here down the field. Scott Savaro. Not a whole lot of time left here. Looking like we're gonna run out of time. 3, 2, and 1. And there is the double horn. That's all she wrote, folks, for chucker number 1. 2 goals scored here in chucker number 1. 1 from the field by Pedro Gutierrez for Pony Express, and 1 from the penalty stripe for Campson, making the score 2-1. Because remember, folks, Pony Express did come in with 1 on handicap. We're going to go to a quick break here, let the players hop on a fresh mat, and we'll be right back in it with more action here on CTV Sports.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything that goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chocolate Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day. Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live here on field number 4. Grand Champions Polo Club, the first tournament of the season here. Starting things off with an 8-goal. We had 4 teams enter this tournament. We saw the first 2 teams play earlier today, and here we have the remaining 4. So, ball is on the ground here. We're off and working 2-1 the score here. Pony Express entering this match with 1 on handicap, and they got a goal early in chucker number 1 from the field. And then, of course, Amaro getting a goal from the penalty stripe off the mallet of Chris Campson, putting a score at 2-1. Here we go with more action. Pedro, keeping a close watch on that ball. It's going to be Campson. Chris drops it behind for Manifold. Manifold with possession now. Keeping this one going, trying to get around Pedro. A little bit of a pump fake there, but here comes Campson. Nicely done here. Campson sends that one along the ground, but it's off angle. It's going to go wide, and we are going to have a knock-in here for Pony Express. And here we go. Sent back into the playing surface here. Over here towards the sideboards. Finn Segunda, first one to read that play and get established on the ball. Nicely done here, Finn. Slows it down, lets that defender go by. Nice play there, but he's hooked out of there by Manifold. Manifold, great heads-up play there by the number 3 in white. Here comes Campson now. Campson picks up the ball, working his way down, trying to get around Finn Segunda. He's going to find Manifold. Manifold now. Nick Manifold sends this one towards the goal mouth. Ooh, bad luck there. That one's going to come to a stop right in front of the goal mouth here. And it's going to be Pedro Gutierrez to come through and pick up the loose ball for Pony Express. Pedro, his pass. Still in possession here. Pedro Gutierrez. Over center field now. He's got Lily Hagemeyer on the move here. Lily, can she get there? She's going to get hooked out of there by Campson. Nice heads-up play, though. She saw the opportunity, and she was on the line there. But that was a legal hook from Campson, and now he's got the ball turned back facing the right direction. Now look at this, though. Pedro Gutierrez is going to stop that ball in its tracks and get it facing the right direction. Now here we go. Comes together there with Manifold. Slams on the brakes here, lets him go by. And the umpire says use it, and he does. He's going to go ahead and send this one right on in. Putting another point on the board here. 3-1 now the score. Excuse me. So, beautiful shot there by Pedro. His second goal on the day, both from the field. So, with just about 4 minutes left to play here in chukker number 2, we have the ball put back on the ground here. Scott Sabaro reaching out here, trying to get a hold of it, but it's going to be Finn. Segunda, Finn. Man. That ball. There, the clock is now stopped here. Finn getting there. Scott thinking about it. But that is going to be a right-of-way violation. So, Camson with the penalty flag from the spot here. And here we go. Ball sent further into the playing surface. Here we go. Who's going to get there to pick up the play? This is going to be Michael Armour. Michael Armour, nice little heads-up play there. He's almost got out too far out in front of that one. Oh, my goodness. Michael Armour, he gets back to the ball, takes the shot, but just wide. But, man, I like to see him shoot like that, especially at that kind of an angle. You know that the actual goal mount that he was shooting at from that angle was only about 2 feet wide. But I like to see him taking the shot there. Just wide on that one, so we're going to have a knock in here. But first, our courtesy change here for chukker number 2. As we get a nice shot here of the players hopping on their fresh ponies. And making their way back out onto the playing surface. And we got them lined up here for a knock-in in favor of Pony Express. All right, just waiting for one last player. Here he comes. All right, Pedro behind the ball, ready to go here. Waits for the umpires to call play. He gets the signal, and away we go. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro taps it into play, and we are off and working once again here. Pedro sends this one down. Trying to keep this one under control, trying to find one of his teammates here. Look at that. Finn trying to get a hold of that one. Unable to keep it under control. Here comes Campson now. Campson. Chris. Now Justin. Now Michael. Now Finn. Finn Segunda here for Pony Express. Grabbing a hold of this one, looking around. Now it's going to be picked up here by Pedro once again. Trying to keep this one back under, or trying to get this one back under control. Pedro Gutierrez. And Pedro going to find the high mark here. Nicely done here. It's Pedro's third goal on the day. His second of this second chukker. Nicely done here by Pedro Gutierrez, showing us how it's done as he escorts that ball right between the uprights. Back at center field now. Ball put back on the ground. Coming out of there with it is going to be Pedro Gutierrez. Man, this guy is all over the place here on this Pony Express team. Fires a big one downfield here. Looking for one of his teammates. He's going to find Justin Daniels. Justin gets a little underneath that ball, and it's going to go just over the back line wide to the right-hand side. And we will line up here for a knock-in favor of Amaro. Amaro Polo. And of course, with Scott Savaro, Michael Armour, Nick Manifold, and Chris Campson. Wearing the number 4 here, Campson with the ball. Campson fires one along the ground here, looking for his number 2, Michael Armour. Armour going to get a hold of this one. He's going to get another shot at it. Nice little pickup here by Armour. Beautifully paced pass here for Nick Manifold, but, oh, bad luck. Just going to run out of real estate down there. Almost getting it to the goal. Just ran out of room. That's going to go wide to the right-hand side. So we're going to have a knock-in here by Pony Express. Pedro Gutierrez behind the ball. Pedro taps it into play. Taps once, taps twice. Gives Scott the slip. Here we go. Couple players racing downfield trying to get a hold of that ball. It's going to be Michael Armour. Nice little pickup there by Armour. And setting up a play here for Campson. Campson now gets this one turned back, facing the right direction. Doing a nice job here, working his way down the field. Campson avoids the hook. Avoided the first hook, but Finn was able to get a hold of him. And here comes Justin with a back shot over here, setting up a play for Finn. Finn fires this one downfield further, looking for Lily. Hagemeyer, can she get there? Not this time. But they're going to run out of time here. And that's going to be all she wrote, folks, for chucker number 2, all the way down to the double horn. So with a score of 4-1, we have one more chucker in the first half. We'll be right back in it with more action here on CTV Sports.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live here on CTV Sports. This is the Aspen Valley Cup 8 goal, the first tournament of our 2025 season here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. We've got chucker number 3 of game number 2 set to begin here. As soon as we get all 8 of our players out there on the field, looks like we're waiting on 2 to come back out. Pony Express in the red jerseys, they lead 4-1 here. They did start this match with 1 goal on handicap, coming in on 7 goals. Going up against the 8-goal Amaro squad. Here we go. Looks like everyone is just about ready. All right. Just waiting on the final player to get in position here. And once the umpires see a clean and proper lineup, they will put this ball back on the ground. We did play all the way down to the double horn to end our second chucker of play. So we will start things off with a bowling from the center to the boards, where we were at the time the horn went. So that's where we have all of the players just a little bit west of center field. We will go ahead and start from there. I believe we're just waiting on one more player to get back out to the lineup. Maybe a little tack adjustment down there at the trailers, but nonetheless, we will get started here in just a moment. Campson, responsible for the goal on the Amaro side of the scoreboard, converted a penalty number 3 in chucker number 1. And then over on the other side, Pedro Gutierrez. They did start with 1 goal on handicap. Pedro, responsible for the other 3 goals. He had 1 in the first and 2 in the second, bringing their team to 4. Okay, here we go. Yes, there was a attack adjustment needed down at the trailers. So no worries, folks. We got all the players making their way back out here now, and we will get chucker number 2 underway. All right, so looking for a clean and proper lineup here, and away we will go. Ball's on the ground. We're off and working here. Skirts out the side of the pack here. It's going to be Pedro Gutierrez to grab a hold of it. Coming out of there with the ball. Going to go over the sideline there. And here we go. Sent back in. Up here looking for one of his teammates. And here we go. Clock is stopped. We do have a foul here on the play. So umpire is going to discuss this and make a decision. All right, Chris Campson from the penalty 2 stripe, 30 yards towards an open goal. Nicely done there by Campson, getting another point on the board here on his penalty number 2 conversion. So 4-2 now the score. Pony still on top. And away we go. Here back at center field. Coming out of there with it is going to be Manifold. Drops it back behind here for Campson. Campson now looking around, checking his surroundings. He's got players in motion downfield. Campson fires one down, trying to find Michael Armour. Michael tried to slam on the brakes, let that ball catch up, unable to find him. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez, though, coming in out of nowhere and grabbing a hold of this ball. Nicely done here by Pedro. He has been a workhorse for this Pony Express team so far here in this match. Here comes Finn Segunda with the ball momentarily. Finn, unable to keep it under control. Here comes Manifold now. Nick Manifold drops it behind here for his number 4, Campson. Nicely done here by Campson, trying to get around Pedro. The battle of the number 4s out there. Unable to get around him. Pedro going to back this one over here, looking for one of his teammates, but he's going to find the mallet of Manifold first. Manifold Manifold. Keeping this one going here now. Pedro Gutierrez doing a nice job here, remaining cool, calm, and collected, working his way down the field here. Ooh, bad luck, though. That ball took a funny hop over his mallet and can't quite keep it under control with the bouncing ball here. Finn Segunda, though, gets a hold of it and sends a back shot here. Justin Daniels coming in on the action. Justin Daniels, oh, man. Bad luck there for Justin. That ball is going to go just wide of the post to the left-hand side, so... Campson brings this one back into play. Taps it once, twice. Looking around. He's not quite being marked yet. He's got Finn there, keeping a close watch on him, but not completely engaged. Here we go. He's going to send this one across the left-hand side of the field, looking for Manifold. Manifold now. Looking around. This one back behind here for Campson. Campson. Chris. Finn being a thorn in Campson's side here. And coming in, it's going to be Justin Daniels to grab a hold of that ball. Justin trying to keep this one under control here. No one home to pick it up. It's going to be picked up now by Manifold, but here comes Finn with the steal. Finn Segunda. Scott Sabaro coming through here. Nice little bump and a ride off here. Trying to keep that one under control. It's going to be packed up out of there. Nicely done by Pedro. Looking for Justin Daniels. Daniels now working his way down the field. And he's going to send this one down. Will it have enough on it? Not this time. It's going to come to a stop right there near the end line. Here comes Scott Sabaro coming in, picking up and turning it, facing the right direction now for Amaro Polo. Michael Armour getting in on the action as well, rubbing shoulders there with Justin Daniels. Here comes Campson now with possession. Campson turns this one around, looking, trying to figure out where to go, but the whistle did sound, stopping the action here. And we see the players all running off to the corners here for the courtesy change. Man, see some nice changes over here. Some nice angles of all the players and the support staff down there. Cannot do what we do without a good support system behind you here. So big shout out to all of the grooms and the spare holders down there. A lot goes in to making these polo games happen. Definitely a lot of support staff from the teams, but also the support staff from the club as well. We do have timers and scorekeepers, goal judges, medics, all sorts of staff here, camera operators. So big shout out to everyone. I know it's the first day of the season, but everybody showed up to work today, ready to go. So it looks like we have everyone making their way back here to the field. We're going to get this one back underway here in just a moment. Okay. Everybody getting into position here. And away we go. Coming down the field here, Scott Sabaro. Nice touch here by Scott. Keeping this one going here, Scott. Can he keep this one under control? He does. Nicely done there, Scott Sabaro. Welcome back, Scott. Nicely done here. You see this on this replay. taking care of business here, working his way all the way down to the goal mouth here. Nicely done here by the number 1 for Amaro. Now just one goal separating these teams, 4-3, the score. Nicely done. All right, here we go. Ball's back on the ground. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro Gutierrez. He says that 1-goal lead not going to stick around for long. Pedro Gutierrez gets another point here on the board. His 4th on the day, bringing his team to 5. 5-3 now the score. And away we go at center field. Campson going to come out of there with it first here. Campson, Chris. Campson and Justin come together there momentarily. Here comes Campson sending this ball further down the field. Keeping this one going. Where's this one going to go? Ooh. Nicely done there. So, Amaro gets another point right back here. Getting their team on the board here. This is going to be Manifold working his way down towards the goal. And Michael Armour with the hero move. Michael Armour does get credit for that one. Nicely done here by Michael. His first goal of the match. And that's going to do it, folks, for Chucker number 3 here. As that was after the 30-second warning horn. So we'll be right back in it with more action here at Chucker number 4.
Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Sweat, back at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, and it feels so good to be back at this beautiful club.
Every year that I get to come out here, it's another year that I'm very blessed and very grateful.
I mean, the polo here is fantastic. The people, the horses, the views, everything is beautiful here. But after that, there's so much to do.
Probably the uniqueness of Aspen is how the Ganges, especially, obviously Mark and Melissa, try and make it entertaining for all different levels.
The energy in this place is full power.
I mean, I always love the mountains, and playing polo, one of the best things to do with the mountains is an amazing thing.
It's different because we play arena polo, wheelie polo, all types of polo.
The polos had a huge, big menu, and that's the way polo should be.
I think the club is a very balanced of fun and competitive polo. I think it's great that we're able to play. Some people play 3 times a week, some people play 4, some people play 5, and that's the beauty of it. It's whatever you want to make of it, and whatever you want to get out of playing. That's what you get here in Aspen.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything that goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live here at the Grand Champions Polo Club on CTV Sports. This is the second half of game number 2 of the Aspen Valley Cup 8-goal tournament here. The first tournament of our 2025 season. The first day of polo here of the 2025 season as well. So I'd like to say welcome back to all of our polo fans and to all of our polo players making their season debut here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. 5-4 the score. Pony Express had a very strong lead here coming into this game, but Amaro came alive in chukker number 3. So that's what we like to see here. I like to see games being just 1 goal difference going into the half. It makes for a more exciting halftime, or more exciting second half once they return. So here we go. The players are out there just about ready to get underway. Lined up here with our mounted officials. So we will get this one underway here as soon as we have everyone ready to go. We've got a lot of exciting polo happening here all season long at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Be sure to check out our app, available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. GCPC is how you can find that. And if you don't want to download our app, you can always check out our schedule on our website, gcpolo.com. So please be sure to stay informed using those 2 resources here. There is a Google Calendar that I personally make sure that everything is up to date on. So please be sure to check that out. And it is always the most up-to-date information regarding our schedules and games. So here we go. Chukker number 4 off and working. Away we go. Coming out of there first is going to be Pedro Gutierrez on the beautiful gray pony here. Pedro Gutierrez takes a shot here. Nice, easy swing. Finds Finn Segunda. Nicely done here by Finn. Slams on the brakes there. Allows that defender to go by. Finn trying to stall a little bit there, waiting for some players to catch up. Finn Segunda. No need for anyone to help him out. Finn Segunda going to escort that one right between the uprights. Doing a fantastic job. Getting his first goal on the day here. Young Finn Secunda finds the high mark here and finds himself on the score sheet in chukker number 4. And away we go. Coming out of here with the ball is going to be Campson. Chris. Campson looking around, checking his surroundings. He's got players in motion downfield. Look at that, though. Finn reaches way out of the saddle, trying to grab a hold of that one. Not coming across, though. Not what he should have done there, as we can see here on the replay. Nick Manifold had that line, so the foul will go in favor of Amaro. And drop that one on the 30-yard stripe for a penalty number 2. And just like that, puts it on through. That's going to be Campson's second goal here. Or, sorry, his third goal, his second penalty 2 conversion. So, gets his team back within 1 now. 6-5 the score. 2 quick goals here in chukker number 4. So, Campson finds his third goal on the day, and of course, Scott Sabaro with a goal. And Michael Armour with one as well. So 5-6. Here we go, Campson. Grabbing a hold of this one. Gets a turn back, facing the right direction now. Campson. Chris. Coming in here. Taking a shot, and it's going to go just wide. Just wide there. And here we go. Pedro Gutierrez bringing this one back into play. 6-5 the score here as Pedro looking to find one of his teammates here, trying to get a hold of one of them. Comes up just short of Lily, unable to find her. Here comes Campson now, getting this ball turned back, facing the right direction. Campson looking around, checking his surroundings. Campson fires one down. He's got Scott Sabaro. Scott, nicely done there by Scott Sabaro. And just like that, we have a tie ball game, 6 goals apiece. Scott picking up his second goal on the day. Of course, Campson with 3. And Michael Armour with 1. So 6 goals apiece here, all tied up. 3:26 on the clock as we go ahead and call for our courtesy change. Nicely done here by the Amaro team. They trailed 4-1 at the end of the second chukker. So Pony Express had a commanding lead. Now Amaro chipping away at it, and we are all tied up here in the 4th. So great effort here by the team in white. And we see the players running off, hopping on their fresh mounts, and we will get this one back underway as soon as we have everyone back and ready to go at center. All right, back in action. Here we go. We've got all 8 players and 2 umpires, and we are off and working once again. Here comes Campson. Going to grab a hold of this one here on the beautiful gray pony here. Campson and Finn Secunda come together here. Campson and Secunda. Secunda got a little back shot there. First one to read this is going to be Sabaro. Scott gets called, almost. He almost gets it off the sideboards there, but it's going to be picked up now by Manifold. Nick Manifold looking around, checking his surroundings. He's got a lot of red shirts to get through. Manifold, nice little play there by Daniels here, disrupting Manifold and allowing for Finn to take the ball. Finn, Segunda over in the corner now. Campson coming in, trying to steal this one away. And the whistle's going to sound as 2 players come together there. So we're going to see what our umpires decide to do with this one here. We've got the 2 umpires discussing the play. Going to see where exactly they want to place this. And we'll be back in action. Okay. Penalty 5 from the spot of the infraction. Campson brings this one into play. Campson keeping this one going here. And that's going to be Michael Armour to come through and pick up his 2nd goal on the day. Nicely done here by Michael. Wearing the number 2 on his back. Comes in, just finds himself at the right place at the right time to get that one done. So nicely done there by Michael. And Amaro gonna take the lead here for the first time today. Nicely done here. And gonna be Finn Secunda now. Finn. All right, so that one's gonna go just wide. But nice effort nonetheless here. Campson lined up here for the knock-in. Chris Campson quickly brings this one back into play. Not a whole lot of time left. Campson being watched and marked closely there by Finn Secunda. Secunda unable to do anything about Campson just yet. Here's going to be Manifold. We've got about 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining here in Chucker number 4. Michael Armour coming through, trying to muscle his way through, unable to keep this one under control. Left behind, Manifold got a touch. Now it's going to be Campson. Chris Campson, and he's going to find the high mark there. Puts it in along the ground, and that is going to be Campson's 1st goal from the field. He has 3 goals on the day from the penalty stripe, but Campson finding his 1st from the field here. Nicely done there by Chris Campson. As we send the players back to center field here for a Bolin. Just a handful of seconds ahead of the warning horn. Will we have enough time? We have just enough time to get this one in. That ball hits the ground at 31 seconds. Now's the horn, and here we go. It's going to be Justin Daniels. Justin can't quite keep it moving the way he wanted to. Campson with a little back shot here. Not a whole lot of time left. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Scott picking it up on the near side. Unable to keep it moving, though. Backed up, out of danger. Here comes Manifold. Nick Manifold. Just a handful of seconds remain here. Not enough time on it. Scott Sabaro with the ball. And the double horn will sound. That's going to mark the end of Chucker number 4. And wow, what a chucker there for Amaro. They came alive in the 3rd and 4th chucker. They had 3 goals in the 3rd and 4 in the 4th. My goodness. So they have a 2-goal lead now. So we're going to go ahead and throw a quick commercial, and we'll be right back in it with more action here at Chucker number 5 on CTV Sports.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckles and Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxed and chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at the Grand Champions Polo Club on CTV Sports. This is the Aspen Valley Cup 8-goal, the first tournament of our 2025 season. Game number 2 in this tournament here. I cannot say enough about Amaro coming alive here in the 3rd and 4th chukkers. I guess this is the first game of the season for both of these teams. They just needed to wake themselves up a little bit, but they have definitely come alive here. And speaking of coming alive, here comes Chris Campson stealing the ball here and getting himself established and gonna just run this one right on in. And look at that, taking a 3-goal lead now. Chris Campson, his 2nd goal from the field, his 5th on the day. Quickly here, within the first 30 seconds of that chukker. Nicely done there by Chris Campson. And away we go. Campson back in control once again. Nicely done here by Campson. Coming here, we've got Pedro Gutierrez going to come in here and steal this ball back for Pony Express. Nicely done here. Look at this nice pass over here looking for Finn, but out of nowhere, Michael Armour sneaks in there and disrupts that play ever so slightly. But here comes Justin Daniels back in control here for Pony Express. Justin sends this one down. He's got Lily Hagemeyer trying to get there. Hagemeyer, can she get a hold of this one? Not this time. She's ridden off the ball. And then now it's going to be Campson. Campson with possession. Spins his horse around, gets this one back under control. Pedro tries to clear out of the way. Little bit of a mishap there. Pedro found himself in the way. Just unable to get out of the way. Let's see what the umpires decide here. Umpires discussing this play here. Okay. You see the two umpires come together here to discuss still plenty of time left here in chukker number 5. All right. Decision has been made. Campson with the approach here. Look at that, dead center right down the middle between the uprights. Campson does it again here. Put another point on the board, this time from the penalty stripe. So, wow, just like that, Amaro with a 4-goal lead. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in chukker number 5. Still plenty of time left here. As this ball gets put back on the ground. Here we go. Away with it is going to be Finn Segunda. Nice hand-eye coordination here. Pops it out of the air. Finn Segunda following up his own shot here over on the far sideboards. Campson coming in there to keep a close watch on him. Campson gets a hold of that ball. Fires one down here. He's looking for Scott. Scott Sabaro trying to get there. It looks like it's going to be Pedro Gutierrez, though, to get a hold of it first. Pedro Gutierrez gets a hold of this ball, turns it back facing the right direction now. He's got Finn coming in. Says, I'm going forward. Pass me the ball. He elects to send this one down. Finn trying to get there. Campson there as well. What's going to happen here? Justin in on the action here. Justin goes to the near side trying to keep this one going back to the offside. Justin Daniels fighting with the bouncing ball here. He's able to get it under control. Justin Daniels. Justin Daniels keeping this one going here. Stolen out of there, no, by Chris Campson. Dangerously close to that end line down there. Chris Campson gets a hold of this one, turns it back on the boards. Campson fires one over here to Scott. Scott Sabaro, nicely done here. Scott working both sides of the pony, unable to make contact with it on the near side. Here comes Finn Segunda now. Finn keeping this one going. Finn Segunda. Backed out of danger. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez now. Pedro gets it turned back, facing the right direction here, but the whistle will sound. Stopping clock, 3:12. We're going to go ahead for our courtesy change. All right, players hopping on fresh mounts, getting a good shot of them over here in the corner by the tents. Pony Express team making their way back out here. Last player on Amaro making their way back as well. We've got 3 minutes, 12 seconds left to play here in this 5th chukker. Still a lot of time left. All right, looks like everyone is here, ready to go. Penalty number 5. From the spot, Pedro Gutierrez taps this one back into play. Here we go. Pedro loses the handle there. It's going to be backed out of there by Campson. Campson, his pass over here looking for Manifold. Manifold ridden off that one by Finn. Nicely done there by Finn Segunda. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez in control now. Gets around Manifold. Pedro Gutierrez. Look at that. It's as if the seas have parted, and he has a clear path to goal. Nicely done there by Pedro. Getting another point on the board here, getting his team back within 3 now. Look at this replay. Everybody just kind of peels out and leaves a clear path to goal there for Pedro. Not what Amaro needed to do there, but Pedro taking full advantage. 10-7 now the score. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in chukker number 5. Here we go. Campson, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to play here. Campson winds up, takes a big shot down the field here. Looking to find Manifold. Manifold unable to get there. Ridden off the play, picked off now by Pedro Gutierrez. Doing a nice job here for Pony Express. Pedro can't quite get back to it. It's going to be Manifold now. Nick Manifold from a standstill takes a shot. Ooh, bad luck. It's going to go just in front of that goalpost and trickle over the back line wide. So, give everyone time to regroup and reset here. Line up for a knock-in. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro sends this one into play. Pedro Gutierrez doing a fantastic job here. Sends this one down, following up his own shot here, gaining some speed. Oh, bad luck there. Not what he wanted to have happen. He's going to override. First one to get on it is going to be Justin Daniels. Daniels sends this one back. Under a minute remains now. First one on it, Manifold. Nick Manifold gets this one turned back, facing the right direction now. Nice little play here by Manifold. Nick keeping this one going. Nick Manifold. Nick Manifold miscues, leaves it behind. Everybody overrides. First one on it is going to be Michael Armour. Nicely done there by Michael. Read that play perfectly. Here comes Scott Sabaro now. Scott Sabaro miscues, leaves it behind. Here comes Campson to pick it up here. Campson trying to finish this one off here, but Pedro coming in out of nowhere, stealing this one back for Pony Express. Nicely done here by Pedro Gutierrez. Yeah, we're trickling down here. Not a lot of time remains here in this chukker. Here comes Campson once again. Campson, can he beat the clock here? Trying to get a hold of it here. Campson, no, not this time. Going to run out of time here, and that's all we got, folks, for chukker number 5. 10-7 the score at the end of 5. We've got one chukker left here in regulation time, so stay with us right here on CTV Sports, and we'll be right back.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckles and Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
I mean, the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our 6th and final chukker of regulation time here in game number 2 of the Aspen Valley Cup 8-goal tournament. The first tournament of many here at Grand Champions Polo Club this winter season. Looks like we have just about everyone ready to go. We're going to start things off here with a bowl-in from the center to the boards. as we played all the way down to the double horn to end chucker number 5. Just waiting on everyone to get there. Amaro came alive here during the second portion of this match. Started off a little slow, but they found their groove in chucker number 3 and continued to find their groove through chucker number 4, putting them at a 3-goal lead here. 10-7 the score. Campson finding 4 goals from the penalty stripe and 2 from the field. Michael Armour and Scott Sabaro each finding 2 goals from the field as well, putting that team to 10. Over on the other side of things, we have Finn Segunda with 1 goal and Pedro Gutierrez with 5. They did come into this match with 1 goal on handicap, and that is how they found their 7 goals. So here we go. Ball on the ground. Chucker number 6 off and working here. It's going to be Campson. Chris Campson grabs a hold of that one, tries to flip it back for Manifold, but it's going to get sent further back here by the Pony Express team. Manifold, though, getting established on the ball. Campson coming in behind. Nice heads-up play here. Campson and Manifold, they play a bunch of polo together and have for years. These two can read each other almost telepathically. So that was a very nice play there, but unable to get that one all the way to the goal mount. It's going to go wide over the back line. So we're going to have Pony Express line up here for a knock-in. Here comes Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro taps this one into play. Looking around, checking his surroundings. He's got Scott Sabaro keeping a close watch on him here. Pedro Gutierrez fires one down. Big bomb down the field here. No one quite home to pick it up. It's going to be picked up by Manifold. Nick Manifold gives that one a nice little lofted shot. Looking to find one of his teammates. He's got Scott and Michael down there. No one quite home for that. Scott actually does get a touch on it. Nicely done there by Scott. Now Campson coming through. Hooking Finn. Whistle's going to sound. Stopping the action. Here we see on the replay, that ball gets sent into the pack of players. Another back shot there. Campson coming through. Yeah, just a little bit too much going on there. A lot of traffic. Umpires stopping the play here. And here we go. Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro fires this one down, trying to find Finn Segunda. Finn trying to get there, but Scott Sabaro gets there first, and here comes Finn. Does get a slight touch on it. Not what he wanted to do, though. Left on the playing surface. Here comes Manifold. Right back over here to Campson. Campson doing a nice job here. Nice pickup. Maintains his possession as he's working down the field. Nice pass over here. Trying to find Scott Sabaro. Just comes up a little bit short of him, but Pedro read that perfectly. Comes in, scoops out that ball, and sends it over to the far side. Pedro by himself, though. He's got a couple Amaro players here playing close. Here comes Pedro, still with possession. He's got Lily up ahead. Keeping this one going. Keeping this one going. Here comes Manifold. Manifold, his pass downfield, looking for Campson. Campson coming through, picking up the play. Doing a nice job here. Campson all by himself. He's got Justin keeping a close watch on him, but unable to catch up. And Campson going to escort this one right between the uprights here, putting another point on the board here, and getting his team to 11 goals. Nicely done here by Chris Campson. And with 3:46 on the clock, time has been called. We're going to go ahead and send our players for our final courtesy change of the match. Okay, so 4 goals separating these two teams. The final courtesy change of the match. The next scheduled game in this tournament is on Saturday. So please tune in for that. Come out and join us if you'd like. You can always find the most up-to-date information on our website or the app. And full disclosure, folks, the field assignments are generally posted the day before the match, roughly around noon. That is when we send out our field assignments. So as soon as the players are made aware of where the game is, we will then make sure the public is also aware. So please check that often, that schedule page on the app or the website, as often as you would like. It is always going to be the most up-to-date information available. So please be sure to check that out. And as always, if you ever have a question, please feel free to reach out to us. You can find a phone number on the website or the app, or an email address. Message us on Instagram. Many ways for you to get a hold of us here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, and we will do our best, as always, to answer those questions promptly. Here we go. Ball put back on the ground. So, Justin Daniels picking this one up here. Justin Daniels surrounded by a bunch of players from everywhere. That's a bunch of players all bunched up together. Here comes Finn Segunda coming out of there with it. Scott Sabaro made a swipe out of it. Here comes Justin now. Justin Daniels. Justin coming out of here with the ball. Scott gets a little touch on it. And Pedro coming in. Trying to grab a hold of this one. A little bit of a standstill. Pedro sees an opening and takes it. Nicely done there by Pedro Gutierrez, the 5-goaler here on Pony Express. So nicely done there by Pedro. Sees the opportunity, takes full advantage. And 11-8 now the score. Coming out of there with it, going to be Campson. Chris. A little bit of a standstill here. Pedro. Reads that, though. Nicely done. Picks up the ball. Gets it out of there. Momentarily stolen away, but Pedro able to recover. Nicely done here. Pedro Gutierrez. Passes this one up here. Lily Hagemark trying to get a hold of that one. Got a slight touch on it. Fighting with the bouncing ball. 1 minute, 42 seconds left to play here as Pedro grabs a hold of this ball once again. Keeping this one going. Lily Hagemeyer. Oh, man. That's going to come off of a pony and go a little bit wide. That was deflected off of the body of a pony there. But what a great shot there by Lily Hagemeyer. Sees an opportunity, and I like to see them shoot like that. We got just about a minute remaining here. Campson going to bring this one back into play. Coming down the field here. Scott Sabaro. Scott doing a great job here. Scott. Nice play there by Pedro. Michael Armour coming through. Gets a steal here. Trying to get this one back under control, but here comes Pedro. Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro Gutierrez keeping this one going down the field. Michael Armour disrupts that momentarily. Pedro Gutierrez. Pedro Gutierrez. And he's going to escort that ball right on in here. His second of the 6th chucker. His 7th on the day. All right, and that is going to be the end of our match. We see the players out here shaking hands already. So we're going to go ahead and let the players run off. That is all she wrote, folks. Congratulations to Amaro for coming out victorious here. 11-9, the final score here. Congratulations, Amaro. Be sure to continue to check out our website and our app for the latest game information. The next scheduled game that we have is on Saturday at 4 p.m., so please be sure to tune in then. My name's Kel Newman. I speak for everyone here at the Grand Champions Polo Club and CTV Sports when I say thank you for keeping us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And when you see polo like this, it reminds us why we like to say we love the polo.